Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, show what's on my drawing table. Grendel, Matt Wagner's Grendel. Still working on this bad boy in increments, in 10-minute increments. There's going to be a full, complete drawing eventually. I think really what these real-time videos of me drawing shows you just how long and laborious it is to draw something. God darn it. Wish I could draw as fast as I can on my speed drawings. I'd be cruising, but no, this is the actual time. It's a lot slower. And this is a drawing that is not very complicated. There's a lot of rendering out these shadow areas, but obviously not much of a background. And the figure itself is full figure, so there will need to be some thought put into the figure, but it's not overly complex. And I'm just gonna have fun with it and try to really render the crap out of it. That's my plan. It's like, what's your plan? Render the crap out of it. Sounds like a plan. It is a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it is a plan. Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna use any gray on this, although gray would look cool. I'm going to try to just do it all in black and white. So, fingers crossed. Wish me luck, as I always say. Wish me luck. Good luck. Thank you. So, yeah, I love Grendel. It's a bummer that the show's not going to be on Netflix. I was all hyped. It's like, oh man, finally something to look forward to. And then Netflix is like, no, we ran out of money. We're not going to show it. We filmed it, but we're just going to sit on it or shop it around. I'm like, oof. Which, you know, kind of fitting for Grendel that it's cursed. I wouldn't expect it any other way. If it all went smoothly, it wouldn't be the devil. The devil in the details. It's like, what did you expect to happen? One of the most troubled, vicious characters in comic books. Of course, it's gonna be cursed. It's cursed. All right, so that's kind of what I'm thinking with the rendering for the black areas. Now I'm gonna come through and kind of just start some of this so I know which way I'm going with everything. Sometimes I have to stop talking so I can think. That's what that sound is. It's my brain whirring. I think this would be a dark zone. Cool. That's probably a dark zone. Cool. Cool. Like that. Awesome. Yeah, so what am I reading currently? Some omnibus. What did I just get for an omnibus? Just got the Titans, new Teen Titans. That's the Perez. It looks... I don't think I've ever read it. I'd love to read it through, but that's one of those books that's like Marv Wolfman, George Perez, like... I just never sat down and read it. I think it's because it's so daunting, because it's so many issues that they did. I was like, oh, when am I going to have time to read, like, I don't even know, 200 issues or however many it is? It's like, I don't have that kind of time to sit down and do that, but I'd like to. Maybe this winter. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, so that looks good. Groovy. We're working on it. So now what I would do is just render the crap out of it. Let's just run the crap out of it. Start up here. So this is a Micron PN. Really what I'm trying to do here is just find that form. Right? So instead of going in and doing a gray wash or doing tones and textures, just do this sort of line rendering. It's not quicker. If anything, I'd say this takes longer, but it is kind of a neat effect. You know, it looks detailed, although I don't know if it's any more or less detailed than doing a gray wash or colored pencil gray shading. But it does kind of give the impression of like, that's a lot of lines. Like, yeah, it's definitely time consuming. And I like the look of it. You know, it is a cool effect when you see it all done up. So now I just have to go in and just 2 or 3 hours of just doing this, making a million little lines. And this is definitely a Stephen Platt, David Finch, Mark Silvestri sort of look. Not that I'm, you know, trying to get anywhere close to what those guys are able to achieve. But if you look at Mark Silvestri's work, David Finch's work, it's a lot of this sort of rendering. And it's like, well, shit, if it's good enough for them, it looks dope when they do it. So. But not really a Matt Wagner technique. So if you look at Matt Wagner's stuff, right here, that's painted. But here, couple of hatches, couple of little shark teeth, rim light, right? Rim light. Some hatches, but mostly just the shark teeth, which I call shark teeth this one. Where can I do it? Shark teeth is, I'll do it here. When you just do these, right? It's like do it up here. So shark teeth, right? So I'm pushing a line and then just kind of feathering it out, kind of like half a crosshatch, because I don't come back through and go over it again. Now, if I was to do this with a gray wash, it'd be like gray wash, and then I'd go colored pencil, and then go in and do this rendering, which is, it looks cool. I mean, it's a cool look. I do like it. That's definitely more of a Declan Shalvey, Tyler Kirkham. Who else does that technique? Stan Panosian do that? Maybe not as much. He does more zipatone, but he does do a lot of gray tones. Justin Mason, he does a lot of gray. So yeah, that's what this is gonna look like. And then I can come in with white out and pull out white areas. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff I'm gonna need to white out. Things I won't be happy with. And even I might go over it and do some gray wash anyway. Why not? I can do whatever I want. You can't tell what to do. Especially with a character like this that's not overly visually complex. There's not a lot of gear, right? Not a lot of pockets or pouches. Very streamlined. You can really focus on the textures of the fabric because you're not having to obstruct it or obscure it with a lot of other costume items. Yeah, so that's a close-up of that. That's what that's looking like. So like 4 or 5 hours later, it's gonna be great. Or it'll be garbage, you know? Could go either way. I feel like this should be darker. Yeah, it looks better. That makes that nose circle pop out. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep rendering this. This would be a good. This would be a good one to do a live video on, because then if people are watching, they get like I get to answer questions or talk. It does get a little daunting to be like, all right, now I'm just gonna talk and you're gonna listen to me for 20 minutes. Everybody cool with that? You're like, yeah, all right, cool. Not a lot of give and take, but you know, that's the solitary life of a creative individual. I wouldn't want it any other way, but man, I tell you, better have a good podcast or a good YouTube channel on. I think this is the kind of stuff, honestly, what I do is I'll put on a YouTube channel or a podcast and draw along while I'm listening to someone else talk, right? So hopefully everybody out there right now, as you're listening to my voice, you're doing something you love, and I'm just kind of background fuzz, right? You're able to be working on something you're excited about. You're drawing or painting, or I don't think you could write and listen to me, but I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe some people can write and listen. I would have a heck of a time trying to write as someone was talking, but maybe that's what you're into. I don't know. You do you, whatever it is. This is kind of an interesting spot right there where the shoulder comes off the chest. Kind of rendering it both ways. Do you like lines, kids? Well, you're in luck. This sumbitch gonna have a lot of lines on it. Oh, and this drawing will be available for sale. BatLanticStore.com. If you love Grendel, buy this drawing, and then that'll help me to have money to be able to make more drawings. So, BatLanticStore.com. The artwork makes great stocking stuffers. Yeah, I might make that darker. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. That gets into more anatomy, right? Like, you see why Matt Wagner solid black and rim lights everything, because then, like, spots like this, it's like, was that a light area? Well, not really. It's black fabric. Like, well, would you see the muscles? Like, well, not really. It's loose fabric. It's like, all right, well, how would you render that? Like, I don't know, just a ton of lines? Maybe? It's like, would there be a fold there? Not really. I guess I could force one. So, that's the thing about inking, is you have to make a lot of these decisions. I think that's what maybe people don't realize with drawing or inking or comic books, is that it's partially skill, right? Your ability to move your hand in the direction you want it to go and produce lines of a quality that you want. That's part of it, faux show. But also just being able to make decisions. There's so many decisions you have to make. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, I think you're on my video. And now we're going to hear from my wife, Tracy. Tracy, you're live on DylanDistraction.com. Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
What would you like to tell me?
Have fun with your video.
No, I want you to do a cameo, a walk-on. She was just recording a special in the other room. Actually, it's kind of nice to have somebody to talk to. I'm drawing Grendel from Matt Wagner's Grendel. Did you hear that Matt Wagner's Grendel was canceled by Netflix?
I did hear that.
Who told you that?
You.
Oh my God, I must have given you the scoop of the century. Yeah, it's going to be shopped around, I guess, but man, I was bummed. You know, it's like, that was something I was really looking forward to seeing. And I was like, oh, this comic book is finally going to get the ability to be seen by a bigger audience, have a huge influx of people interested in the comic books. They'll create spin-offs and new series and entertainment for decades, and now it's on the shelf somewhere. No one will ever see it.
Well, you never know.
You're right. Maybe somebody else will broadcast it. I mean, it seems like it was shot, so they just would have to finish it up, whatever. But
Perhaps.
I don't know if that happens very often. I mean, I think things are shelved and then That's it.
Get scrapped and it would have to go to someone else to reshoot and do everything from scratch.
Yeah, and I think right now with streaming, it's an interesting time for entertainment. It's an interesting time for streaming and comic books, and it's, I don't know what the future holds. You know, I'm hopeful, but it just seems like it. I would love for there to be some good news. You know, like I think James Gunn being brought on as the DC creative director. It's like, yes, like some good news. Like I don't even know if that is good news, but at least it seems like it's good news. So
Right.
hopefully they're able to find a way to incorporate the comic books, you know, the source material for all this incredible content people are clamoring for the last, I don't know, it seems like we've been riding this wave for 2 decades now of comic book movies and entertainment and cartoons, and I don't want it to end. I don't want there to be a lull. I want there to be more awesome things every day.
Right.
So thank you for the cameo.
Yes.
I don't know.
Enjoy.
I don't know if any of this will make the final cut, but if it does, everyone, that was Tracy. Everybody, a big round of applause for Tracy. Thank you so much for joining us here on Dylan Distraction Draws on YouTube, and hopefully she will be making more guest appearances in the future. I think she really brought something special to the show. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So that was fun. Drawn Grendel. And I'm going to stop this video here, and then we'll pick it back up in the future. Yeah, okay, bye.